이제 뭐 김 대변인도 오늘 보셨겠지만 여러 기사를 보시면
네.
뭐 우리 법 연구에 그러니까 이 한마디 내지르는 어떤 그 단어들이 전부
Pain that's not yours. Pain that's not yours. What does it mean, pain? Pain is there, but it's not yours. Other people make money off of it, but other people make money off of your pain, but you're not allowed to have it, otherwise you get old. That's true. Pain that's
판사
not
개인에 대한 신뢰 뭐 이걸 공격한단 말이에요. 그거 굉장히 또 위험한 것 같아요. 제가 보면 뭐냐면 특히나 이게 일반인
And if you try to make the person feel like pain that's not mine, or non-existing pain or something, if the person mimics the behavior or something non-existing pain or something similar to that, it's not really that feeling. It's fraudulent feeling. It's fraudulent feeling. If you try to do that, it'll double up on you with empty pain.
들이 그러는 거야 이제 뭐 자기가 지지하는 사람이 아닌 것을 위해서 그래도 되는가? 와 그게 바람직한가? 뭐 이런 어떤 근원적 의문을 좀 여쭤보는
그래서 제가 지금 1년의 이 판결들을
예,
말씀을 드렸는데 이렇게 보니까 이 우리법 출신들이 좀 있더라. 그렇기 때문에 우리법 연구의 출신들이 좀 편향적이지 않을까. 그러니까 예를 들어서 그냥 우리가 제가
Why universe won't allow it is because you're doing wrong. Not everybody is born equal at any moment. Not everybody is equal at any moment. Everybody's born equal, but not equal.
Which the Lord takes shall come by households, and the household which the Lord takes shall come man by man. So he's going to break it down. They're going to come in tribes. God's going to show the tribe. Then break it down. The tribes break them into families. Then the family will be called out. Then the family are going to be by households. And then the households are going to end up man for man until they find out who took the accursed thing. And so now, verse 15, it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire. He and all that he has, because he has transgressed the covenant of the Lord, and because he has wrought folly in Israel. Disappointment. They were defeated by the enemy because of a person in their camp who was disobedient to God, who had broke the covenant, who was transgressing, who committed sin and did it on purpose. Let me tell you the danger of us allowing sin in and around us, in our homes, in our surroundings, giving place to the enemy. Let me show you, as we look at this, that everything that's connected to Achan is going to suffer the consequences of his sin. So now the one that they find is going to be burnt and everything that he has. And he wrought folly on Israel. He transgressed the covenant of the Lord and brought folly in Israel. So in other words, he brought disgrace and disobedience in Israel. This disgraceful thing, this disobedient thing, he brought it in amongst those that were connected to him. And now everybody's suffering because of what he has done. So now let's look. in verse 16. We're in Joshua chapter 7 if you logged in late. So Joshua rose up early in the morning, brought Israel by their tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken. And he brought the family of Judah, and he took the family of the Zarhites, and he brought the family of the Zarhites man by man, and Zabdi was taken, and he brought his household man by man, and Achan the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, the tribe of Judah, was taken. They finally found out where the sin was, right? And Joshua said to Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Lord God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what you have done. Don't hide it from me. Verse 20, Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus have I done. He started telling them what he did and what he took. And then in verse 21, he said, when I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them. He said, I lusted for them, I desired them, I wanted them, and so I took them. How many times have we wanted something we knew we weren't supposed to have it? We knew we weren't supposed to be with that person. We knew we weren't supposed to connect with that individual, that group, those people, go in that place. Knew we weren't supposed to get caught up with that habit and go to that party and that event. We knew we weren't supposed to be there. We knew we weren't supposed to touch that thing. We knew we weren't supposed to participate in that activity, right? He saw it, he coveted it, he took it. And then he said he hid it in the earth in the midst of his tent and the silver under it. He took it and then he thought he hid it. But you know what happens? It's that some people are disappointed and going through because they thought they hid something, but you can't hide nothing from God. So what you do in secret will be made public. It's coming out in the open. Some disappointments are coming from decisions that we have made, and we need to repent of them. Decisions that we have made that is causing destruction amongst other people, amongst family members and loved ones and households and communities and your job and your business and your ministry, is that somebody is doing something. When we allow anything to happen and we don't address it, and we don't pray, and we don't see God's face, and we don't walk in his instruction, then everybody gets affected and impacted, and then everybody is disappointed. Notice Achan knew what he had done. Nobody else knew. But when their people went up, when the 3,000 went to fight against Ai, some of them literally ended up being casualties because of Achan's sin. The others ran back in disgrace because of Achan's sin. All of the children of Israel's hearts melted, and they were wearied of their strength and their courage because of what Achan did. They suffered because of what Achan did. Joshua and the elders Joshua had rent his clothes, and he and the elders had laid out like calling on God because of what Achan did. They thought God had just put them out there to be destroyed because of what Achan did. So think about hidden sins and things that we have done that we know are disobedient to God. Think of things that may be going on in our lives and in our families and in our households right now that's not of God. It causes disappointment, not just to us, but other people. Somebody is always impacted and affected by what we do, directly or indirectly. And so consider it, because this is a time for self-examination. They finally get to Achan. He says what he's done, right? And in verse 22, Joshua sent messengers. They ran into the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, brought them unto Joshua, unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord. So they went in and saw that what he said was the truth. It was there. They got it. They took it, and they laid it out. In verse 24, Joshua and all of Israel with them took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver.
program could be coming to the Lynn County Mental Health Access Center.
Yeah, it is coming. Right now, the center offers sober units for people quitting alcohol or opioid use for very short quantities of time. But KCRG TV9's Libby Randall joins us live to share the center's new plans with this withdrawal management program.
That's right, 2 beds. That's what the center is asking for to start this type. More people, this physical health resources, this addition they're asking the county for would keep those individuals at the Access Center and provide mental and physical health resources, including medication-assisted withdrawal. Today, the center director, Aaron Foster, presented to the Lynn County Board of Supervisors on the exact plans for this addition.
When this program's open, we'll be able to take those individuals who normally we would actually have to send to the hospital and actually put them in a program that we run there in-house. So again, it should divert more people from the hospital, which is an overall goal for the Access Center in general.
This is a fully voluntary program. Once a patient is discharged from this location, staff will work to connect them to what they choose as their next steps. Now, I'm told that sometimes that may be an inpatient or outpatient level treatment. Sometimes it's just working to be more stable in the environment that person was already in. In studio, Libby Randall, KCRG TV9.
Identity exchanger is gets worse. Lynn County identity.
Built custom industrial machines in days.
Program could be coming to the Lynn County Mental Health Access Center.
Yeah, it is coming. Right now, the center offers sober units for people quitting alcohol or opioid use for very short quantities of time. But KCRG TV9's Libby Randall joins us live to share the center's new plans with this withdrawal management program.
That's right, 2 beds. That's what the center is asking for to start this type of unit. Eventually, they hope to grow in order to help more people at a certain stage in sobriety. That sobering unit we talked about is a place that can treat people going through withdrawal instead of going to the hospital. This addition they're asking the county for would keep those individuals at the Access Center and provide mental and physical health resources, including medication-assisted withdrawal. Today, the center director, Aaron Foster, presented to the Lynn County Board of Supervisors on the exact plans for this addition.
When this program's open, we'll be able to take those individuals who normally we would actually have to send to the hospital and actually put them in a program that we run there in-house. So again, it should divert more people from the hospital, which is an overall goal for the Access Center in general.
This is a full...
Yeah. 저널리즘.
여기 악어 한 마리와 강아지가 있습니다. 천천히 입을 벌리고 있는 악어와 악어의 입속으로 들어가고 있는 강아지. 여기가 위험한 공간이라는 걸 모르는 것일까요? 과연 무슨 일이 벌어질까요? 악어의 입속이 얼마나 위험한지 모르고 더욱 악어의 입속으로 들어오는 새끼 강아지입니다. 이게 무섭지가 않은지 오히려 균형 잡는 걸 신경 쓰며 이제는 악어의 입속 안으로 더욱 들어가 여기저기 보기 시작하며 냄새를 맡는 강아지입니다. 이렇게 한참을 악어의 입속에서 같이 있다가 강아지를 입에 문 채로 물가로 이동하는 악어. 수영을 하던 중 절체절명의 순간 악어는 자신의 입속으로 강아지를 넣어버리는데요. 잡아먹힌 줄 알았던 강아지. 다행히도 살아있네요. 이 강아지는 참 겁도 없는 것 같습니다. 다음 영상이 궁금하시다면 구독과 좋아요 눌러주세요. 여기 악어 한 마리와 강아지가 있습니다.
야, 급진사 신입병원 완전. So I guess Lynn County was the guy who swapped my talking by went into my account and they ran a bunch of bots on it. Where was it? Where was everything? This news just came up. Lynn County Mental Access Center
Program could be coming to the Lynn County Mental Health Access Center.
Yeah, it is coming. Right now, the center offers sober units for people quitting alcohol or opioid use for very short quantities of time. But KCRG TV9's Libby Randall joins us live to share the center's new plans with this withdrawal management program.
That's right, 2 beds. That's what the center is asking for to start this type of unit. Eventually, they hope to grow in order to help more people at a certain stage in sobriety. That sobering unit we talked about is a place that can treat people going through withdrawal instead of going to the hospital.
I know what those evil actions are. They're talking about. He just does it and don't care about universe's pain and put it on the drug or something. If it makes you feel good, do it. And then while he's on the drug, he's doing all the bad actions. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, there's a difference between the recreational and doing bad actions. Because goes against opposite of universal signal or something. They just withdraw. So most of the bad actions done by drug takers.
Hospital. This addition they're asking,
but not drug itself. Asking for county to keep those individuals.
the county for would keep those individuals at the Access Center and provide mental and physical health resources, including medication-assisted withdrawal. Today, the center director, Aaron Foster, presented to the Lynn County Board of Supervisors on the exact plans for this addition.
When this program's open, we'll be able to take those individuals who normally we would actually have to send to the hospital and actually put them in a program that we run there in-house. So again, it should divert more people from the hospital, which is an overall goal for the Access Center in general.
This is a fully voluntary program. Once a patient is discharged,
Yep, I think that's what's going on. The really going to my account and there's a button on it.
Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. There are a lot of changes. One of the changes that we do know that's coming is the rating schedule changes. I'm going to talk here specifically on the mental health change. Is it good? Is it bad? What can you expect with the mental health rating schedule change that's coming? Right now, it's projected to be final in August of 2025. Could be kicked down the road. Could end up being sooner than that. We'll find out as we get closer. Before we jump into it, I want to throw out a special thank you to Susan Alexander, 3171. Susan Alexander, thank you so much for that super comment, super chat. I truly appreciate your support so very much. Thank you again, Susan Alexander. All right, so jumping into it here, rating schedule changes have been happening over the last, 10 years or so. I want to say maybe 8 years. So over the past 8 years or so, since 2007, Stan's yelling at me. Stan's my rooster, for those that don't know. He was an accident. All right. So September of 2017, they started updating all of the rating schedules. So far, they've completed, it looks like 9. So 9, actually 10, because the digestive system one that hit about a year ago. So 10 rating schedules have been changed already, and we have 4 more that are coming. 4 more rating schedule changes projected to go into effect this year in August. It's mental health, auditory, respiratory, and neurological. Those are the 4 rating schedule changes. Now, I'm not going to focus on all of them right now. I'm going to hyper focus in on the mental health rating schedule. For folks out there, there's a couple different, viewpoints from the veteran perspective, right? One is you never filed for VA healthcare, VA benefits. You never filed for a mental health claim, maybe. So it would be a new claim that you would be doing. And should you wait? Should you do it now? Should you wait till the rating schedule changes? We'll have that conversation. Another perspective would be you're already rated for mental health. Are you going to want to file for an increase? Are you protected against any negative kind of impacts? Where does all of that kind of go into play? So we'll address all of that. Hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. Every thumbs up and every minute watched helps this video expand its reach out to all that are looking, hopefully. And that's what we're really trying to do, right? Many hands make light work. So jumping into this, I'm going to start off with so the way this usually happens is the VA will announce it on, just some sort of a press release. Then it goes into the Federal Register. The Federal Register kind of tracks things, the movement of it all. You're allowed to put in comments within the first, 60 days. Then finally, it's getting ready to be finalized. Once it gets ready to be finalized, typically, the VA will shoot out another, we'll call it a press release, a notification. And they will say, hey, look, this rating schedule is now slotted to take place within the next 60 days. Here's the date, right? And then it goes into effect. So this, and it takes years. It takes, anywhere between maybe 2.5 to
Today we're going to discuss a very important, obviously, of that particular criminal. They would give you that particular history that is basically pointing out towards their abnormal behavior or their abnormal delusions, or it may even be the hallucinations that these criminals are suffering from. Again, it's very important to distinguish between the criminals and the suspects on the other hand. Sometimes there is a lot of confusion. There is a distinguished diagnosis that is coupled up with a particular suspect, and when you investigate these cases, there would be a final result that you would come up to, that these patients are actually suffering from some sort of organic disorder that is manifesting itself in the psychiatric illnesses. So whenever the patient or the person whom you're going to interview enters the room, the first impression is where you're going to start off the documentation from. The appearance, the overall appearance of the individual is very important over here. Is he disheveled? Is he or she showing the signs of self-neglect that are basically pointing out towards the depressive episodes that the patient might be having? So this is very important that you focus on the overall appearance of this particular individual whom you're going to interview. Now moving on further on, obviously you're going to
Oh, I think you get in terms of skill and health. You get a skill and health goes well together with those type of actions.
Focus on the other aspects of psychiatry. Again, the examination, the inspection of the patient is very important. The overall behavior, is he agitated? Is he or she has been aggressive? You mean are put to the cell?
Jehovah's Witness.
What if I told you that the Watchtower, the organization that controls the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses, claims to have your best spiritual interests at heart, but is actually causing profound psychological damage to millions? The same organization that now claims to support mental health has policies that drive people to depression, anxiety, and sometimes even suicide. You ready? Let's get into it. I could not believe the hypocrisy, and I just had to talk about it. So let's start by looking at what they're claiming. The stereo servant, the whole 9 yards. And throughout
Lynn County is because he did a Tapsonic accounts. Tapsonic accounts. What is it? Tapsonic account. He ran a Tapsonic spot on my account. It's probably this. Doesn't matter. What is this? Doesn't matter. Tick, 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 tick. Finding the
Unlock the world's largest, most liquid financial market with
Kung biya maganita sa mga activity, mga igsoon sa atong personal, sa atong lawas, mga igsoon, doon ay mahitabo, how much more sa activities sa Ginoo. Kung sa may mga activities sa Ginoo, paminaw sa pulong sa Ginoo, pagbasa sa pulong sa Ginoo, pag-ampo, pagdaig, pagsimba. Muni ang mga activity nga makapag-link-on sa atong mental health sa Diyos. Kaya umundang ka ang mga igsoon, sila ka paminaw mga igsoon sa mga stress, sa mga problema, walay bugas, walay paniunto, unsa pala diha, doon na pa'y mga problema sa akong mga higala. Doon na pa'y mga tambag, mga igsoon sa social media, labi na kung tiglantaw ta. Mapawala yun mga igsoon ang mental health na gihatag sa iyo.
Psychology. Larry, he's in a mental psychiatric ward. It's coming out. He could use special tape. Otherwise, he could go back to. He could go back to the same habit that was before. Which is drugs. Go back to That's true. That's true. Otherwise, we could go back to the habit before. Not everybody born before. Not everybody before. Everybody born before, not me.
도 이상인 숨은 불씨가 최대 일주일 동안 있을 수 있다며 철저한 감시가 필요하다고 밝혔습니다. MBC 뉴스 이상훈입니다.
정치권도 예정된 일정을 접고 산불 현장으로 향했습니다. 어제 무죄 판결 선고 직후 현장으로 내려갔던 더불어민주당 이재명 대표는 이틀 연속으로 산불 피해 이재민들을 만났고 권성동 원내대표를 비롯한 국민의힘 지도부는 다시 경북을 찾았는데요. 김정우 기자의 보도입니다.
공직선거법 사건 항소심 무죄 판결 직후 곧바로 경북 화재 현장으로 향한 더불어민주당 이재명 대표는 이틀째 현장 민심 행보를 이어갔습니다. 국가보물이 전소돼 기왓장만 놔둔 군은 경북의성 고운사에 이어 경북의성, 청송, 영양 등 화재 피해를 입은 지역들을 돌며 잇따라 이재민을 만났습니다.
집도 없고 재산도 없고 다 잃었어.
정부 입장에서 큰 돈 아닙니까?
Yeah, there's no benefit. There's no benefit either way with that target. Fixing something, proving innocence, something. Computer-wise. Maybe maybe it's just sparky. doesn't, which means that he got a lot of pain or something. That he got a pain from withdrawal. hard to I don't think it's ready for outside world. Kill a lot of people. I think I know what hard person looking for. It's like disrupting signals. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this unit. It's bunch of pain or either a bunch of pain or fix the single player, fix it to the way it was before with the single player. It's pretty funny how Lil Wiz actually manipulates universal signal. It's not a pain. Convey. It's supposed to be pain convey. Destruction system.
Joe, Savannah, good morning. Macron continues to push for a combined European military force to deploy to Ukraine in the event of a peace deal. The idea here is simple in concept, messy in practice. Provide Kyiv with meaningful, hard security guarantees of the type that had been rejected by Washington. Macron said yesterday that this force would deploy to key cities, towns, and facilities and act as a deterrent against future Russian aggression. He emphasized that these troops would follow standard rules of engagement if attacked, meaning that they would fight back. Macron said that this means only Russia could trigger renewed conflict, not the European force. Moving along now to South Korea, the nation's worst ever wildfire continues to devastate southeastern South Korea. This morning, new footage shows us the burned remains of a 1,300-year-old Buddhist temple. Among the ruins is a massive bronze bell, cracked from top to bottom. A number of national heritage artifacts were destroyed in the fire, though some relics were moved to a safe location before it was too late. Locals say the fire swept through the area like a typhoon, burning everything in its path. So far, at least 26 people have died from these fires. And we'll wrap up this hour in Miami. 19-year-old Alexandra Ayala of the Philippines has pulled out a shocking upset of the world's #2 tennis player, who's at the Miami Open. Ayala will now move on to the semifinals, becoming the first player from the Philippines to ever make it this far. The teenage underdog defeated Poland's Iga Świątek 6-2 and then 7-5. Will now face off against America's Jessica Pegula in the semifinal round tomorrow. Hats off to Ayala, and back to you guys.
Yeah, good for her. She'll have to now compete with an American crowd against an American, so it'll be tough, but should be good.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Matt. Coming up, protests and pushback over the detainment of a grad student by federal immigration officials.
When we come back, why Homeland Security says the action was justified. You're watching Morning News.
These 26 people have died from these fires. And we'll wrap up this hour in Miami. 19-year-old Alexandra Ayala of the Philippines has pulled out a shocking upset of the world's #2 tennis player, who's at the Miami Open. Ayala will now move on to the semifinals, becoming the first player from the Philippines to ever make it this far. The teenage underdog defeated Poland's Iga Świątek 6-2 and then 7-5.
Overall, there is 2 to 3% prevalence in general population, whereas in India it is 0.6%. There are some clinical studies which shows the prevalence above 0.6% as well. It is fourth most common psychiatric illness, which is equally common in males and females. But the age of occurrence in male is quite younger in comparison to female. So when we will talk about adolescent group, we will say that boys are more affected in comparison to girls. Okay? Now, when we talk about etiology of any mental or psychiatric illness, so you should keep in mind biopsychosocial model. So they are going to be biological factors, they are going to be psychological factors, and social or environmental factors. So what are the biological factors? Most importantly, you know, neurotransmitter dysregulation. Serotonin is the main culprit here. Other than this, you can have other hormones, other neurotransmitter ka disbalance as just like dopamine or adrenaline, but serotonin you should keep in mind. Genetic predisposition, there is strong suggestion ki family studies जिसके higher risk among first degree relative of the patient. Then you have CSTC loop. अगर हम बात करें तो corticostriatal loop बोलते हैं. So there are few areas of the brain, especially orbitofrontal cortex, anterior cingulate cortex, and basal ganglia. Because these are the areas you should keep in mind. OCD
What is
affected.
this thing?
Few areas of the brain, suggestion की family studies जिसके higher risk among most common psychiatric illness. This is a cycle कि obsession आया, उससे anxiety हुई, compulsion किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहे. When we talk about anxiety हुई, compulsion किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहे. When we anxiety हुई, compulsion किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहे. When we talk about उससे anxiety हुई, compulsion किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहे. When we depression आया, उससे एंजाइटी हुई, कंपल्शन किया तो एंजाइटी कम हो गई, तो ये साइकिल बने रहती है. व्हेन डिप्रेशन आया, उससे एंजाइटी हुई, कंपल्शन किया तो होगा, तो यहाँ तक कंपल्शन पहुँच सकती. किल की ऑब्सेशन आया, उससे एंजाइटी हुई, कंपल्शन किया तो एंजाइटी कम हो गई, तो ये साइकिल बने रहती है. व्हेन वी टॉक, दिस इज अ साइकिल की ऑब्सेशन आया, उससे एंजाइटी हुई, कंपल्शन किया तो एंजाइटी कम हो गई, तो ये साइकिल बने रहती है. When we talk about kill की obsession आया, उससे anxiety हुई, compulsion किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहती है. When we talk about epidemiology किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहती है. Compulsion किया तो anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहती है. When we talk about epidemiology, overall there is anxiety कम हो गई, तो ये cycle बने रहती है. When we talk about आया, उससे एंजाइटी हुई, कंपल्शन किया तो एंजाइटी कम हो गई, तो ये साइकिल बने रहती है. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट एपिडेमियोलॉजी की हुई, कंपल्शन किया तो एंजाइटी कम हो गई, तो ये साइकिल बने रहती है. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट एपिडेमियोलॉजी, ओवरऑल कंडीशनिंग का जैसे सोच किल को कर, सो कंपल्शन आर नेगेटिवली रीइंफोर्स, मीनिंग दैट बिकॉज परफॉर्मिंग द कंपल्शन रिलीव्स एंजाइटी टेम्पररी, द पर्सन इज मोर लाइकली टू रिपीट इन द फ्यूचर. ठीक है. नाउ दिस इज योर अवॉइडेंस बिहेवियर. अवॉइडेंस बिहेवियर, आप जाओगे नहीं, पब्लिक प्लेसेस में जाना ही बंद कर दिया, मैं अपने रूम से बाहर ही नहीं निकलूंगा. सो दिस इज समथिंग बिहेवियरल फैक्टर व्हिच आर रिस्पांसिबल. सो दिस इज जस्ट नहीं निकलूंगा. सो दिस इज समथिंग बिहेवियरल फैक्टर व्हिच आर रिस्पांसिबल. सो दिस इज जस्ट कि आपका ऑब्सेशन हुआ, डिस्ट्रेस एंजाइटी हुई, एक रिचुअलाइज बिहेवियर किया, आपका टेम्पररी तौर पे एंजाइटी रिलीज हुई, तो इसने रीइंफोर्स कर दिया, उस बिहेवियर ने वापस आपका कंपल्सिव बिहेवियर जो एंजाइटी रिलीज हुई तो रीइंफोर्समेंट. ठीक है. साइकोसोशल फैक्टर में अगेन अगर प्रीवियसली भी अगर किसी का माल एडेप्टिव कोपिंग मैकेनिज्म है, फाइट में फ्लाइट वाला रिस्पॉन्स ज़्यादा है रेदर देन फेसिंग द थिंग. ठीक है. उसी के पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट लो फ्रस्ट्रेशन टॉलरेंस है, कॉग्निटिव स्टाइल बिलीफ सिस्टम ही गलत है. ठीक है. समटाइम्स फैमिली एकोमोडेशन भी होता है, पेशेंट की फैमिली बहुत रिचुअल्स फैमिली के लोग नॉर्मल मानते हैं. ठीक है ना. सपोज जिस फैमिली में क्लीनिंग नॉर्मल है, अगर बच्चा ज़्यादा क्लीनिंग कर रहा है तो लाइक दे माइट बहुत समय तक कोई पेशेंट के जो पेरेंट्स हैं वो रियलाइज ही नहीं करेंगे या फैमिली मेम्बर्स रियलाइज ही नहीं करेंगे कि ये डिजीज़ का रूप ले चुका है. दे माइट बी रीइंफोर्सिंग इट कि अच्छा ये बच्चा तो बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है. ठीक है. सिमिलरली बहुत थॉट्स ऐसे होते हैं जिसके कंपल्शन में लोग ज़्यादा प्रेयर करने लग जाते हैं, पूजा पाठ करने लगते हैं. ठीक है. कुछ ब्लेफेमस थॉट आया, कुछ गलत थॉट आया, उसको कंपनसेट करने के लिए मंदिर में बैठ गए, तो घर वाले ये भी समझ